Picture this: million-dollar view, designer everything, success by every metric, and the person who lives here, completely hollow inside. Meanwhile, there's someone else, smaller place, simpler life, nothing impressive on paper, but they wake up feeling complete. What's the difference? One person wants everything. The other person wants nothing. And that changes literally everything. Stick around, because what I'm about to show you will rewire how you see success. Here's the thing about desire that nobody talks about. Every single thing you want is a prison cell you're building for yourself. Sound dramatic? Let me show you what happens in your brain. When you want something, your brain releases dopamine. Not when you get it, when you want it. You're looking at sports cars you can't afford? Dopamine spike. Checking if they texted back? Dopamine spike. Adding things to your cart at 2 a.m.? Dopamine spike. But here's where it gets twisted. Your brain doesn't care if you ever get the thing. It just wants the chase. So you buy the car, feel good for maybe 3 days, then you're back on the wheel, looking at boats now. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. And here's the kicker. Studies show that after your basic needs are met, more money doesn't make you happier. A person making $75,000 a year, same life satisfaction as someone making $750,000. Because the problem isn't what you have, it's that you're addicted to wanting, and that addiction never ends. Now, this isn't new information. 2,500 years ago, a guy sat under a tree. His name was Siddhartha. You might know him as Buddha. And he figured something out that modern neuroscience just confirmed. Suffering comes from wanting, not from what you don't have, from the wanting itself. Think about your worst emotional pain. Breakup? You wanted them to stay. Didn't get the job? You wanted the position. Hate your body? You want it to look different. The pain isn't the situation, it's the gap between what is and what you want. So Buddha asked a crazy question. What if you close the gap from the other direction? Don't chase what you want what you have. The Stoics said the same thing. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, could have anything, literally anything. And he wrote in his private journal, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking, not in what you own, not in what you achieve, in how you think." Okay, this is where it gets weird. And by weird, I mean this will break your understanding of how life works. The less you want from people, the more they want to give you. The less you need a relationship, the more attractive you become. The less you care about status, the more respect you command. This is the paradox of desire, and it works like gravity. There's actual science here. Robert Cialdini, the godfather of influence, studied this for decades. He found that scarcity creates value. But here's what he didn't say out loud. You can make yourself scarce. Not by playing games, not by manipulation, by actually not needing people, because you're building something that matters more. Your art, your business, your craft, your peace. And people feel it. They sense you're not performing, not pretending, not needy. Because most people are drowning in wanting approval, wanting attention, wanting validation. And then there's you, wanting nothing. And that makes you the most interesting person in the room. Let me paint you a picture, because wanting nothing sounds like some monk shit. And yeah, monks do this, but you don't have to shave your head and move to Tibet. Wanting nothing looks like this. Your phone buzzes, someone canceled plans. You glance at your phone, shrug, and go back to cooking. It looks like this. You're in an interview. You're not desperate, not performing, not trying to be what they want. Because you don't need this job to complete you. You'd like it, but you don't need it. And they feel that. It looks like this. You post something, 3 likes in 4 hours. You genuinely don't care. Not because you're pretending not to care, because you're doing something that actually matters to you. Writing, building, creating, learning. Things that fill you up from the inside. It looks like being okay with being misunderstood. Someone's mad at you, and you don't need to defend yourself, don't need the last word, don't need them to see your side, because their opinion of you isn't your responsibility. Your peace is. Here's what happens in your brain when you let go of wanting. Studies on long-term meditators show something wild. The part of your brain that's constantly planning, wanting, worrying, the default mode network, it literally shrinks. Your brain rewires. The prefrontal cortex gets thicker. That's your rational thought center, your emotional control center. The amygdala gets smaller. That's your fear center. So you're literally becoming less reactive, less anxious, less controlled by desire. And this isn't woo-woo. This is Harvard Medical School research. Richie Davidson at University of Wisconsin, Sarah Lauser at Mass General, years of peer-reviewed science. They scanned monks who'd meditated for 10,000 hours. Their brains? Gamma waves off the charts. Gamma waves are associated with peak mental performance, learning, focus, happiness. Most people spike gamma when they solve a hard problem. These monks, their baseline is other people's peak. They're living in flow state permanently because they've trained their brain not to want. And when you stop wanting, your brain stops producing stress hormones, stops the cortisol flood, stops the adrenaline spikes. Your entire nervous system calms down. So how do you actually do this? How do you want nothing? First, get honest about what you're chasing. Write it down. Everything you want. Car, partner, body, money, status, all of it. Now ask yourself, what do you think this thing will give you? Happiness? Peace? Feeling complete? Circle that, because that's what you actually want. Not the thing, the feeling you think the thing will give you. And here's the secret. You can have that feeling right now, without the car, without the partner, without changing anything external, through meditation, through gratitude, through presence. 10 minutes a day. Sit, breathe. Watch your thoughts. Don't fight them, don't judge them, just watch. And slowly, the grip loosens, the wanting fades. Not because you're suppressing it, because you're seeing it clearly, and anything you can observe, you're not controlled by. So here's where we started. One person has everything and feels empty. Another has nothing and feels complete. The difference, one brain is always chasing. One brain is at rest. The Buddhists say heaven and hell are both in the mind, and they're right. You can live in paradise, right now, right here, in this body with what you have, or you can chase forever and never arrive. The choice has always been yours. Want nothing, and you'll have everything that actually matters.